Good morning, dear students. Let's start here the second session of the Asia, the physical features division. And as you can see there on your screen here, and you can see here, this is a map of the physical map of the Asia, and physical features are shown here. You can find here this brown color that shows the mountain, this plateau region, and this here the dark color here, ash color, this is the mountains are shown here. This green color, this shows the plain regions, and here the yellow color, and they are showing the plateau region here. So this is the whole Asia. This is, you can see, this is India, and here this is China, and here it is Gobi Desert, here is a Siberia, right, and this is a steppes, the temperate grassland. So, and this is the Middle East, the Arabian Peninsula. So let's see here this physical features of Asia, and let's start here with the, so you can find the physical features of Asia. So the continent of Asia can be broadly divided into 5 physical divisions. Now what are they? The first is the northern lowlands, second is the central highland, the third is the southern plateau, the fourth is the great river plains. We are going to study river basins or river plains, and the fifth one is the important island groups. So first of all, let's see here about the northern lowlands. The lowlands means in the most northern part of Asia, and usually that is in Russia. And look here, this is a map given here. This part is shown about the northern part of Asia. So the northern part of Asia, you will find the whole region is covered by the one country, that is Russia, and the whole northern part is a very big plain region, and this region is drained by some important rivers like river Ob, river Yenisei, river Lena, then river Indigirka and Koelma. These are some important rivers. Now in these 3 rivers are very important: Ob, Yenisei and Lena. And we are going to see here these 3 lowlands. Now usually the whole region here, the whole lowland here in Russia is known as the Siberian plain. But here there are so many rivers, they drains from the Ural mountain, and there are so many mountains here in China, and they are in the central part of Asia. And in this you will find the most important river which forms the drainage pattern are Ob, Yenisei and Lena, and these rivers, they flow northward. So here you can find here these rivers flowing northwards. Let me just show you one more figure. In this you will see, and here you will see, here you will find this map, and this is a river Ob. As you can see, it drains here in Arctic Sea. This is a river Yenisei. This is flowing northward. This is river Lena. Now these are some important rivers drainage system, and because they are very long rivers, and what happens, they just forms a very fertile plain region. So here these lowlands are known as the first one, Ob Yenisei lowland. So all the whole lowland, there's whole plain region in Russia, because it is the biggest plain in the world, and this is divided into 3 divisions, subdivisions. What are they? The one first is the Ob Yenisei lowland. So near the, between the, look here in the map, between the Ob river and Yenisei river, this whole region is called Ob Yenisei lowland. Then second is the Turan lowland. Now this Turan lowland usually is known from there are the 2 rivers, Amu Darya and Sair Darya. Now let me just show you these 2 rivers. And if you find here, this is Caspian Sea, and here Caspian Sea, there is one more sea, Sea of Aral or Aral Sea we call it, and here you will find there are the 2 rivers. This is Sair river, we call it Sair Darya, that is river, and here is the Amu Darya, or the river. Darya is river. So here this region between these two rivers, they are the important rivers here in this region. There is a one fertile plain is formed, and this is known as Turan lowland. So I hope you have understood this. Now next one, let's see here. The third plain is the Siberian plain or Siberian lowland. So whole Siberian region. Let me show you in the map. So here if you'll find here in this map, and here you will see here this whole region, the region that is from Yenisei to Lena. So this whole region is known as the Siberian plain. I told you this between Ob and Yenisei, this is called the Ob-Yenisei lowland. So here between Yenisei and the region of the Lena river, or the whole region, this is a big region, big plain. This is called Siberian plain. Why it is called Siberian plain? Because large part of this region actually is covered by the Siberian forest. Right? Siberian forest means the taiga forest. So here this is the biggest belt of taiga forest is found in Russia, and this whole region is, that's why, called Siberia. So the word Siberia, that is the whole coniferous forest region. And so as you can see here. Now let's move to the second division. The second division is the Central Highland. And in the Central Highland, if you'll find here, usually there is a one important point here is Pamir Knot. Now let me show you this in the map. That will be easier for you to understand. And look here, this map. This is a very, very important map. And here if you find here, this just above India, it is not in India but above India, that is in the region of it covers a large area, that is of China, means Tibet, China. Here is Afghanistan and the former Russia, right? Well, this is a Pamir knot. What is a Pamir? Pamir it is. Now what is a knot? When from one point different mountain range they radiate different direction, they are called Pamir knot. So here this is Pamir knot, and from here if you will find here, there is a one Hindu Kush mountain. It radiates in Afghanistan. Another one is Suleiman mountain. It radiates in Pakistan. There is another mountain Karakoram. It radiates in India, in Jammu and Kashmir, and from here it enters in China, that is Tibet. Another one is the Kunlun mountain. It also radiates from here. It is shown very far, but actually it is known to be starts from here. Actually it starts from here. Then Tian Shan. So these all mountain ranges, they just radiate from here. And you see the original one, the original. Now one more figure let me show you here. So you can see here, this is a Pamir knot, and you can find here, they are the different range. This is Suleiman in Pakistan, this is Hindu Kush enters here in Afghanistan. There is a Kunlun range here. So Kunlun is connected to this Altai mountain. This Altai is radiating from here, and it bifurcates in two divisions. So one is Kunlun, another one is Nanshan, right? Another is the Tian Shan in China. It enters in China. So from here, different mountain ranges they just radiates, and one Karakoram also is here. It is not shown here, but I shown you in the previous figure. So the different ranges they radiate from this point, and that's why it is called Pamir knot. Well, so the whole region here, the mountain region, is called Central Highland. So let's see here some important mountains here in Asia. So if you find here in Russia, first of all, look here, this is Ural mountain. Then between the Black Sea and Caspian Sea, there is a Caucasus mountain. Then just below Caspian Sea in Iran, there is Zagros. Then already I have shown you this Hindu Kush, Suleiman, Karakoram, Kunlun and Tian Shan. Already we have seen. Then this is a great Himalayas which radiates here, goes down. Then another is the Altai mountain near the plateau of Mongolia. Then in Russia there is a Yablonoi mountain and Stanovoi mountain, very important mountains here in Russia. Then there is a great Kingan Mountains here in China, northern part of China. Then even in Myanmar there is one important mountain, Arkan Yoma and Pegu Yoma. So they are in Myanmar. So these are some important mountain range I shown you here, and some important plateau you will find. This is the plateau of Arabia in the Arabian Peninsula. This is in Iran, there is a plateau of Iran. Now there is a Deccan Plateau, all of you know, in South India. Tarim Basin in China here. Well, there another one is the plateau of Tibet, plateau of Mongolia, then Shan Plateau here in Myanmar, and Korat Plateau, that is in this is Southeast Asia. So these are some important mountains and plateaus. Now let's move here. So as I told you, I was explaining you here about the Pamir knot I shown you in this figure, and how it different mountain range, it radiates in different direction. Now one thing if you'll find here, this Himalayan mountains from Pamir knot, it is connected to the Armenian knot. Here one more knot is there in the country of Syria and Turkey, and this knot from here also different mountain range, it radiates in different direction, as you can find here. One is the Pontic, this is the Taurus mountain, and this is Zagros, enters in Iran. So, and this is Armenian. So these are the different ranges, and this is called Armenian knot. But here if you find here the Armenian knot up to Pamir knot, these mountains are connected. So from the Asia Minor, this region actually is called Asia Minor, the region of this some part of Greece and here Turkey. So this is called Asia Minor. So from here Asia Minor up to here South Asia, that is India, neighboring countries, and you will find all these mountains, they forms one, they are connected to each other, and they forms one big mountain group. So we call it the Cordillera in Spanish. I don't know whether you have studied or not. So in the many ranges, many mountain groups together, when they forms a very big structure, so usually they are known as the Cordillera. Cordillera is a Spanish word, and usually here in Asia we call it Central Highland. Together they forms what? Central Highland. Okay. So now let's see here. So already I told you about the Suleiman range, that is important range in Pakistan. Hindu Kush mountain range, I told you, that is important in Afghanistan, but it just goes through Pakistan and Tajikistan there. Then there is the Alborz mountain just below the Zagros. There is the Alborz in Iran. Armenian knot I have shown you, from where many mountain ranges, they radiates in different direction. Then there is a plateau of Iran, I shown you there in Iran. And from here this plateau of Iran usually is found between the Alborz, that is south, and Zagros in the north. So between the Alborz, that is just below the Caspian Sea, Alborz located just below Caspian Sea, and Zagros that radiated downwards to the south. So between Alborz and Zagros there is a plateau of Iran. Then there is one more important plateau, plateau of Anatolia. Now this plateau lies in Turkey, that lies between Pontic and Taurus mountain. Look here. Now here you will show here, let me show you here this figure. This is the Taurus mountain and this is Pontic, and between these two mountains there lies this is the plateau of Anatolia, right? This is plateau of Anatolia. Okay. Now next is the Karakoram range. I shown you Karakoram range that starts from the Pamir knot, and it enters where in Jammu and Kashmir. It is very important range, and there is in fact the second highest mountain peak lies here in this range, that is Godwin Austen. It is also called K2. It is the second highest after the Mount Everest. Then I have shown you the Ladakh plateau that lies between Karakoram and Himalayas. It is very important. Then I shown you the Kunlun Altai and Nanshan mountain ranges. They all radiate from the Pamir Knot. Tian Shan, Nashan, Altai mountain that radiates into two ranges. One is the Kunlun, one is the Nashan. So these are important ranges. Now here the plateau of Tibet, usually because this is the highest plateau in the world, and that's what is also known as the roof of the world, because plateaus are the flat top. What are the plateaus? With the high line with the flat top, and as the plateau of Tibet is the highest plateau in the world, and that's why they are called roof of the world. Okay, now let's see here some important ranges there in China. So let's see here. So here are we have seen the Tian Shan mountain, and usually they are known as the heavenly mountains in Chinese, right? Tian Shan word means heavenly mountains. Now why? Actually because it just creates a very beautiful picturesque there, right? And that's why usually the Chinese, they call it heavenly mountains. Some important mountains: Altai, Tian Shan already we have seen, and King Shan, Altar, Stanhui, and Yevlanoi mountains. These two mountains are in the Russia. The next is the Himalayan range. I shown you about the Himalayan range. Now let me just show you here the figure. Now this is, if you find from Jammu and Kashmir up to Arunachal Pradesh, there is a one range called Himalayan, and this Himalaya, if you find, it is in an arc shape, and that's why, now look here, it is also called Great Arc, the Great Arc of Himalaya. Why? Because you will find it is in the arc shape, right? And these Himalayas, usually they are three parallel range. The first range, the highest one, is the Himadri, and the second one is Himachal, and third one is the Shivalik. So Himadri is also called the Greater Himalaya, Middle Himalaya, that is the Himachal, and Shivalik is known as Lesser Himalaya. Okay, now this is all about we have seen about the Himalayan range. Now in the northeast, in the Arunachal Pradesh also, and in in Nagaland, Assam, then there Mizoram, there are so many hills are there. Some of them are given here, like Patkai range, Manipur hill, Naga hills, not given here, but you will find the atlas. All these mountain hill ranges are found here. In Myanmar, two important range I shown you, Arkan Yoma and Pegu range. Now let's move to the southern plateau. Now in southern part, there are important plateau I shown you. Let me show you again. The first one is the Arabian plateau in southwest. Now where is the Arabian plateau? Look here, in the Saudi Arabia, this whole region, it is called Peninsula, Arabian Peninsula. Why? This whole land is surrounded by water from three sides. This side is Red Sea, there is Gulf of Aden, Arabian Sea and Gulf of Aden, and here is Persian Gulf. So these three water bodies, from three sides it is surrounded by water. That's why this whole region is called Arabian Peninsula. And the large part of this, and you can see here the whole central part of this Arabian Peninsula, this is lies here the big plateau, and this is called Plateau of Arabia. Now next one is the Deccan Plateau. This is very, very important plateau in South India. As you can see here in India, the South India, large part, the whole South India, it is big plateaus there. It is called Deccan Plateau. Next is the Plateau of Shan and Yunnan. Now these two plateaus are important plateaus. Lies where? In Myanmar. Now let me show you here. So here, if you will find here, this is Myanmar. You will find here, this is Shan Plateau between these two rivers, and there is a Korat Plateau, Shan and Korat Plateau. Now, so the Korat and Yunnan, well, okay. Now there are the two important rivers. What are they? Salween and Mekong rivers, and between these two rivers there lies the plateau region. I shown you here this figure. Now these are the two rivers here, right? Mekong, and next one is the Salween. Between these two rivers there lies plateau of Shan. Okay. Now let's move to the great river basins. Now the whole Asia is the place of the three most Asian civilization, and they are the Mesopotamian civilization is the oldest civilization. It is also known as the cradle of human race, and it is believed that the scientists and the scholars, they believe, the historians, they all believe that the civilization started from Mesopotamia. From here the people they migrated to Indus Valley, Chinese, and from Egypt. So other three actually are the branch of this Mesopotamia. So you can find in out of four most Asian civilization, Indus Valley civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, and Chinese civilization, they have origin where? In Asia. So Asia is the cradle of these three different civilizations. Well, now you will find here all these three civilizations, they have originated near the big river valleys. If you will find here the first one, Mesopotamian civilization, it all developed between the two rivers, that is the Euphrates and Tigris. And the word Mesopotamia means what? The between the rivers, the land, the fertile land between the river. So Mesopotamia word is a Greek word which means fertile land between the rivers. So second is the river Indus. Also you will find it lies in India and Pakistan. That is the river Indus, and the five rivers Ravi, Jhelum, Beas, Satluj, and Chenab. They just develops a big plain region in Pakistan and India, Punjab region. These five rivers, because on the name, this whole region is also known as Punjab. When we talk about Punjab, Punjab is a small state in India, but the larger part of Punjab actually is in Pakistan. So the 3/4 part of Punjab, it went in Pakistan. So only 1/3 part is in India. So together this whole big region, which is drained by these five rivers, Ravi, Jhelum, Beas, Satluj, and Chenab, that's why they are known as Punjab, river of five rivers, land of five rivers. And the third important plain region you will find here, this is the valley of Ganga and Brahmaputra in India. These are the two important rivers, Ganga and Brahmaputra. Both are the very big rivers, and they just forms the very big plain region, and this region is known as the Ganga and Brahmaputra plain. Then in China also, if you will find, there are the two important rivers, river Huanghe and river Changjiang. This Changjiang is also known as Yangtze Kiang, only written here as Yangtze. So Yangtze Kiang, and the third river is also there, Sikiang. Okay, so Huanghe, then Changjiang and Sikiang, these are the three important rivers which just forms a very large plain region in China. Now this together, this is called Great Plain of China. So these are the four important plain region, the greatest and fertilest plain region. One more plain region I have shown you about the Siberian plain, but mostly because it lies in the Arctic region, and the large part of, because usually what happens, the rivers just drains water in Arctic Sea, and what happens there in the winters are very long, and during the winter season, as the mouth of these rivers they just gets frozen. So what happens, the water it just floods there, spreads there in the whole region, and that's why this whole plain region is a land of swamp, and so many lakes are found there. That's why, and the winters are also very long. That's why population is also very less, and this is why that plain is not so famous. So these are the very fertilest plain. First is the valley of Mesopotamia, that is the land of Euphrates and Tigris. Then valley of Indus, and that's five rivers which drains water in Indus. These are the tributaries of Indus, Ravi, Jhelum, Beas, Satluj, and Chenab. Then river Ganga and Brahmaputra, it forms a big plain region in India, and Great Plain of China, which has been formed by the three important rivers, river Huanghe, Changjiang, and Sikiang. Well, now let's move to the last part, is island. Now here there is one very important island is been formed. This is just a totally different island. Now near Pakistan. If you see here, this is an aerial photograph taken by the satellite. So near Pakistan there is one place known as Gwadar, right near Balochistan. Now what happens here, there is a one volcano erupts there, but actually the lava doesn't comes out from this volcano. So from this volcano only mud came out and it forms a one island. So this island is known as mud volcanic island. So there is no lava. So this island recently this island is formed, and it was on 24 September 2013. So there was one very great earthquake occurred there of 7.8 Richter scale, and what happened, this volcano get erupted, but there was no lava, only the mud came out from this volcano, and they forms a big mud volcano island. It's a recent one. Now let's move to the important islands. Now there you will find in the India, let me show you here the figure, the map here, and if you find here, there are so many islands are found, but these islands are found in the groups. In fact, if you find here, now look here, these are the small group Lakshadweep. So many small islands together, they forms Lakshadweep. Again, there are so many small islands here, they forms Maldives. In fact, it is one country. Then there is again in the Bay of Bengal also, there is many islands together, they form Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Then again there is a big islands, you can find Sumatra, Java, Borneo. These are all islands, and together they are called Malay Archipelago. Group of the islands usually are called archipelago. So it can be asked here in the question, write the names of the archipelagos, important archipelagos in Asia. So there are so many archipelagos. One is the Lakshadweep, Maldives is also archipelago, Andaman Nicobar Island, there Malay Archipelago. These all islands together, these are the big islands. These are the countries Indonesia and Malaysia. Now there is the Philippines also. There are so many islands together, they form the Philippine Islands. This is also one archipelago. Even Japan also, there are so many. There are the two important islands, the northern Japan, Hokkaido, and this is the southern Japan. But you'll find there are so many small islands, and together they just forms a Japanese archipelago. So the group of islands together, they forms the archipelago. So let's see here, I have shown you. Now let's see some important archipelagos. One is Kurile Islands. Now where is the Kurile Islands? Let me show you here. Okay, Kurile Islands, important. So look here in this map, if you see here. Now from here, if you find, there are so many small islands are here, they are extending up to Japan. So these small islands, they are called together Kurile Islands. Okay, this is important islands. Now next is, then I shown you about the islands of Taiwan, group of Taiwan, Philippines, Indonesian islands, Malay Archipelago. I told you, means so many islands like Guinea, Celebes, Borneo, Sumatra, Java, Bali, Timor. These are together, they form a very big group of islands known as Malay Archipelago. And Philippines also is an archipelago. Okay, so I hope this is all finished now, and I hope you have understood. All of you just find out the answers here. Very soon I will try to upload the answers, right? Already we have finished, I think, how many chapters? This is over, and one more chapter. Okay, so I will very soon upload the question and answers. So all the best. Till then, all of you find out the answer.